Hi, I'm Ben.
I'm Julie.
Transform Charleston did an awesome job doing our siding repairs. The whole process was easy. Brent and his team did great for us. From the whole time, they were communicative. They had a lot of people there explaining how it was going to go. There was always someone there if I had any questions. They were fast, responsive. I mean, I have nothing but great things to say. I'll use them for any of my projects moving forward. Just a great experience overall.
Absolutely. Like he said, from start to finish, just being there and explaining what was going on, especially for me, not knowing anything about roofing or siding, just making sure that they knew what was happening and they were explaining everything to me so I could understand, went a long way for sure. So, great experience.
I researched on the internet a couple companies in the area. Reached out to a couple. Brent was the first one to respond, like almost immediately, and he came right out that same day, even I think, and came out with a couple people, looked at what I wanted to do, talked about what we wanted to do, and he was able to start within a few days after that. So really, it was just the responsiveness.
Giving us the quote on time and just, being thorough about what was on the quote, what was going to be covered, and just explaining that whole, estimating process as well.
Brent and his team were awesome. I could have a real conversation and just felt like I was talking to another person, not somebody that was trying to upsell me, not someone that was trying to just get in my wallet. Just felt like a normal guy that was trying to help me out. It was kind of a stressful time for us because we were selling our house. So for us, it was stressful, but like I said, Brent and the crew really just helped make it easy, and that was one thing we didn't have to worry about. Mm-hmm. They were there every day, checking in and see if we had any questions, explaining time frames, when things would be done. So they took a stressful time for us and helped make it less stressful. There was a project manager there at all times. They would let us know if they were coming or going, let us know, when they would be setting up and breaking down for the day. So there was literally no questions about, what was happening.
I actually really liked that because I work from home all day, so it's kind of nerve-wracking when people are at your house, you don't know when they're coming or going. They were great about explaining when they were coming, when they were going, how long they were going to be there, if they had to leave to get material and come back. For me, that's really important because I'm there by myself all day and I felt super safe, felt like it was just very informative, and every single day they came and did the same thing all throughout the whole process, so it was great. I'm super nitpicky, and so I will be outside and looking and making sure everything, looks exactly the way I want it to, and they did a great job. I mean, everything was seamless, everything looked beautiful, the painting, the coloring, the siding, all of it, it was perfect, so I really liked it.
It exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, especially, I'm a project manager, so I'm in commercial construction, and there's always at the end when you do the walk around the things that you have to point out, and didn't have that at all. We did the walk around.
Right. Brent
came out personally, and his project management crew. We walked around with a couple people, looked at everything, and it was all perfect. So, like I said, nothing but great things to say, and I highly recommend them. Brent's one of the only people, I think you gave me a discount at the end. Literally, I had a quote, and a couple things changed with what we were going to do when we got into it that made it easier for Transform Charleston, just because it made sense to do it that way. But he literally came to me at the end and was like, you know what, I was able to save a couple dollars doing it in a way that made more sense, and so he passed savings on to me as well, which is pretty much unheard of in anything I've done residential-wise. And any work I've ever had done in my house. So that was super refreshing, and like I said, just kind of reiterated that Brent's just, a genuine, transparent guy, just, trying to grow his business, and it was pretty awesome. Moving forward, anything, roofing, siding, and if you get into other stuff, that too, man. Mm-hmm. Everything was awesome, dude. For me, really what it all comes down to is trust. Right? And you got to be able to do the good work to back that up. So the guys did great work. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, I just want to know that when someone says, here's what you need, here's what it's going to cost, that it's a fair rate and that it is truly what's needed. And you guys did that. There's always going to be a cheap guy and a really expensive guy and a middle guy, but you know, if you find someone that you trust and seems genuine, like I think Transform Charleston is, and that's what I felt, that's who I would go with. And, you know, a lot of times the cheap number is cheap for a reason. So if you're looking for quality work and trustworthy people, like Transform Charleston is the one to go with.
You get what you pay for. So Transform Charleston did an amazing job, and the price was great for what we needed. So I think that was important for us. We were kind of down to the wire with having to you know, get things fixed before, you know, we could move farther in the process with our home. And we were, you know, trying to buy another home at the same time. So, you know, it being kind of a condensed timeline was really stressful for us, but because they were so super responsive and just, you know, came right away, gave us a quote right away, you know, got to work right away, just honestly made the whole thing so much easier for us because it was one less thing we had to stress about while we were moving. So it was great.
Yeah, and I would add to that, like, it felt like a team. You know, it wasn't just like he gave a quote, he did the work, and then see you later. Like, we did pre-walk-arounds, we did final walk-arounds. He asked multiple times, are you happy with everything? Is there anything else we can do? You know, then the people buying our house had to do their inspections, and they had a couple questions. I was able to call Brent back. He was super responsive, giving them information they needed. So that they were satisfied, and like literally it felt like a team. It felt like I had support from the company, you know, from beginning to end, which is really what it's all about. So yeah, I mean, the process was awesome. I mean, I've said it multiple times, but I can't say enough, you know, good things. So we would definitely use you guys all the time in the future and recommend you to anybody that asked.